Apart from music bot's testicles.
I'm gonna put down the music bot.
Probably was.
Reggie, where are my resticles?
My resticles?
Reggie, where are my wristicles?
Like Scoob. When they said
They took your balls!
when they said fix, I thought they meant like fixings on a sandwich.
No.
It's stolen jokes. It's all I know.
Oh, it's so good though. Reggie, where are my wristicles?
Exit sign.
Hey, no. Alright.
What?
What? And you're like, how?
What?
Right? What? Alright, so where were we? Y'all were outside of acquisitions, debating what to do next, right? You have the key to go into the quarantine dorms. Who wants to start off first?
I was the one who offers the idea of going.
Yeah. Unable to speak.
I just don't know how to say any of it.
You can literally say, I don't. You know?
I don't want to do the thing.
Huh? What the fuck?
Alright.
Okay, how about this? Alright. So, why do I want to go investigate this stuff? About that. Why do we want to do that right now? Why do we want to do that tonight?
I don't know, man. I feel the need to do something. I'm fucking pissed at this man, and I feel the need to do, I don't know, something reckless. I don't know, something stupid.
It would be real stupid to go to the very place where the ghost we just saw died without any plan.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not about to go throw my life away investigating something I have no information previously known about it. Especially if they bricked it up and then didn't look back. If we go in there and get sick with whatever the fuck's left, you think they're gonna come and get us? Let's just brick it up again.
Oh,
Oh, fair enough.
oh wait, that is... Wait a minute. Galleon? Didn't you take some notes from, you know, the corpse?
Yeah, I got them stored somewhere safe for later purposes. Perhaps understanding what's going on.
Should we maybe look into that?
I did some light reading last night, but if you guys want to try and make
Light
some
reading
headway,
for you.
okay, I might have read like the book as I was doing it. That's not the point. You can multitask books. I'm making that canon.
We could always take it to who I showed the symbol that showed up at my door. Did I tell you that the thing that came to me apologized?
I'm sorry, it what?
It left me another note. And it apologized for bothering me. I was gonna show the person I know in the research hall. I was gonna show him the update with the apology.
I think
and see if they knew anything.
I think the person you showed it
What did I
to
do?
did you show it to somebody?
Retrospectively, in character, I was going to go to the research hall, but Ketsa misunderstood what I wanted to do, so we,
Okay.
in retrospect, like put that I did go to the research hall before I met y'all in the archive.
Okay.
Okay. So they went and
Basically,
talked
I
to someone
fucked
and
up,
then bumped
and
into us.
my brain jumped ahead, and so I'm like, here's what you would have talked about.
Okay.
That I do know in the research hall. I have his notes. Oh yeah,
Notes?
I have notes.
Notes? Gasp.
Newts,
Notes.
News.
show me the newts.
If you want, I can show the papers to the one I know in the research hall. See if they know anything more specific.
Well, that might be useful, actually. And doing actual research on this without being haunted might be beneficial. So do you want to just gather all of our gear and head on over to the, what'd you say the name was? Research hall?
Yeah,
It's
we
Garth-Mod.
could go there. We also might want to see what we could actually, I don't know, get to arm ourselves in some way. That thing that was coming at me, I wasn't sure how to stop it exactly.
What type of armaments are you thinking of?
I don't know. I don't know if their sword is going to be enough.
I have.
That's about right.
Well, it's not necessarily the best thing, but we have a lot of mops and like brooms, and long range weapons probably better than short range. How long?
To be fair, these are not things that, let's say, mundane weapons would typically do much of anything to, whether they got reach or not.
Are you suggesting that we get
I'm suggesting understanding the beast that you're fighting, so that you don't
silly
have to
little
fight
magical
it.
weapons?
Magical weapons are beyond grasp. Probably, most likely, I think. Would acquisition of some type of enchanted weapon be a thing? Would my character know of that?
You
If the answer's no,
you
the
would
answer's
know
no.
that the idea of enchantment, as far as you're aware, isn't really a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would the
Like,
institute
in the sense that, like, it's not a D&D world, right?
Sure. You're not gonna get a magical plus one weapon.
Right, exactly. But there are things that, because there's a lot of different folk ideas on how to repel various different spirits and strange creatures. And this is a place that deals in spirits and strange creatures. At least in the vague. You don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes.
booster
Well, actually, you might.
Can I throw dice at the problem?
Yeah.
Oh,
Throw
this is a
dice at
game.
the
Where are
problem.
my dice?
Yeah.
I would say my question was gonna be like, does the institute have these items? Well, not necessarily like magical weapon type stuff.
You know that the Institute does keep an armory that's usually reserved for guards, and in the armory there is a room specifically labeled for investigation purposes only.
And in the
Okay.
armory, is there a trash can?
Yes, there is!
So then I have a key. If there's a trash can, I have a key.
I'm out.
Okay, I love the idea of him being like, well, these magical weapons aren't really a thing. I mean, they kind of, if you're an investigator, there's an armory. Well, we're not really at that.
I was telling Daniel earlier, I had to take the trash out, and I'm like, getting into character.
Getting into character. But if we could
What-
get in there, then maybe.
Oh, are we not throwing dice at the problem?
I don't think I need to yet. He kind of seems to know vaguely if there is something like this, it would be in the armory. Am I
Okay.
interpreting that
Yeah.
correctly?
Correct. You've never been in the investigation purposes only room, but the fact that
Yeah.
it's in the armory tells you that it's probably
probably-
weapon related.
Weapon or
Probably.
armor related,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's also sort of like how the research hall has an investigators only wing. In it.
Right.
Wild.
There's a lot of parts of the institute that have like for general staff and then for investigators.
And do these parts of the institute for investigators have
Trash
trash
cans.
cans?
Your solution to everything is garbage.
The
I
answer
am
is,
the-
for the most part, yes, but some of them your keys don't work to,
Okay.
which tells you that they're probably, well, either there's some other janitor running your fucking business, or
Someone's cutting in on me.
or there's something there that
They don't
that is
want us to go
truly, genuinely for certain people only.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So then...
And Fenice, you wanted to go to the research hall, right?
Yeah, I wanted to see what's her name? Dana?
Danae
Danae.
Danae.
is
Okay.
would be the person that you've known as a product of your 20 years of being here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have been here longer than anyone else
Mhm.
that you know of has. There's a few people who,
That old man!
We're in the higher ups.
yeah, a lot of the higher ups
Old,
have been
old
longer.
man!
How do you spell Danae?
In this particular version, Dennae.
Danae.
Danae.
Yeah.
So,
Like Dano, but Danae.
so we should... So have you guys been discussing this out loud of, like, there's
Yeah.
armory, and there's research hall?
Research. Yeah,
So-
yeah, absolutely.
I think we should go to both. But I think we should go to the research hall first to know what we're dealing with.
I mean,
So
I'd
if we
look
go
a
to
little
the
out of
armory,
place going to the armory.
but
if
if
you
we
two want to try to go to the armory while I talk to Danae,
Danae.
but
I'd look less out of place.
That's true.
Okay, before we go
But-
jumping in the armory, do you think
We
we should
need-
probably... Go on.
we need to know what we're up against before we go get the stuff that we need to fight it.
Precisely. We can't take out an entire wing of the armory. First off, going in there in the first place is probably going to put us on some kind of list. Some kind of don't let them have shit list. So if we're going to
Then I
cause problems,
definitely
we should
shouldn't
know
be
what
going
problems we
over
want to
there.
cause.
Even to scope it.
So, research? I'm going to grab my papers, meet you over there.
Yeah, that works.
This man and his papers.
Oh, I have many
Alright.
notes.
And that's why your fucking cutie mark was taking notes.
I didn't want that to be recorded. Got your cringe.
I know! I'm embracing the cringe.
Now, if you don't want it on record forever, you must find it and cut it out specifically.
Here, I can
No, I'm
edit
going
it.
to-
And by editing it, I mean isolate that exact audio file.
No, what I'm doing is I'm recording the Discord chat because I didn't know if there was gonna be like any typing stuff. I just scrolled up. It's like, here's the pictures for evidence.
You just do evidence ponies.
Evidence
Alright.
ponies.
So in that case, you go and get your papers, and everyone meets up in research.
I am down to clown with that.
Sounds good.
When we all meet back up, before we go inside, Fenice is just gonna go to both of them and be, I will warn you, Danae is a little on the eccentric side, even for the
I was gonna
research
say.
hall.
You're telling me someone's eccentric.
You. She probably will know more about you than you know about yourself. Just be prepared. And walks in.
Alright. Alright.
You guys walk in. As you guys walk in, Fenice, you would immediately be able to spot Danae with her nose in a book, and like one hand is like writing down notes, looking at something, flipping through pages, grabbing another piece of paper, scanning through it, getting annoyed, putting it to the side. Her desk is a fucking mess, but it's organized chaos going on. You would see her. She has blonde hair put into pigtails, and has these really large, like, bifocal glasses.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nerd incarnate.
She has gloves. It seems that she's cut the fingers off of like most of them. She cut most of the fingers off, and it's
She also cut most of her fingers off.
What fingers of the gloves does she still have?
The
middle one.
The thumb, pointer, and middle finger.
Oh, so like archery gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like she has. Oh wait, no, she cut off most of those fingers. Okay, so okay, yeah.
She cut off her fucking fingers.
They look like artist gloves.
Yeah, reverse artist glove.
Yeah.
We got your
artist glove is pinky and other one.
And she looks through, and Fenice, Galleon, and Forrest, you guys approach.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
I'll
gonna fucking
approach
start.
like from more forwardly.
Yeah.
You know,
The person
start
who
taking
knows
up
the
trash.
to the desk and hello, Danae.
You looks up. Moment.
Apologies.
Okay. I have to put my signature. They already know. They should know my handwriting by now. And done. Okay. Hi. What do you want?
Hello. Good to see you again. You know those notes that I brought you that somebody left at my door? The ones you
Wheeled whale-tailed star. Really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whoever left it, left me another note. They apologized for bothering me.
Wow. I've never heard of a polite eldritch horror.
Thanks for putting it that way.
That's really fascinating. What are you two here for? Oh, my trash can's right here.
We also had some other notes from an incident that may or may not be related.
Yeah, he has notes.
An
incident?
I'll tell you more
I can hear them
later.
getting closer to my notebook.
But can you just look at these notes and tell me if there's anything I should be worried about? And if you have questions I may or may not answer.
Okay, so she sort of rubs her hands together, and I assume you give her Galleon's notes.
Yeah, I
she
would
lay
gesture to
them-
Galleon to try to like.
And it's the book,
Exactly.
and it's the book full of notes that you got from the archives, right?
That book, and more importantly, because we were talking about the dead lady, her notes, whatever those were that were left on the table, which now that I think about it, I haven't actually looked at, so I don't know if there's anything on them.
Wait.
All right. Give me a
wasn't that the
moment.
from the
I'll
archive?
just start, flipping through these. Okay.
Okay. Wasn't that the same notes from the archives, or are there two sets of
There's
notes?
two different kinds of notes. I stole notes from an investigator, and then I have notes from the archives.
Yep.
Oh.
I looked at the investigator's notes first, because I was more interested in that personally.
Okay.
And that was,
You're just
I was
rifling
basically
through-
a Fisher journal.
I thought there was only one note.
And you give her both?
I would present the notes from the archives first,
Okay.
and then just kind of have the book off to the side, like this is an unrelated thing, but might also be related. We're figuring that out. He would say that exact line. We're trying to figure that one out personally.
Okay.
Dead lady notes first.
I can work with this. Surprisingly good handwriting. Usually, you should see some of these slobs.
I have
See.
I have to see
Okay.
the reports that other guards fill out. Absolutely atrocious.
Yes, no, absolutely. Especially, actually, never mind.
You guys can write?
You'd be surprised. Some of them you wouldn't think actually could.
Forrest can write. Clarification.
He's like, all right. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. A lot of this is kind of illegible, not because it's not it's not, in language that I understand. It's not because it's gibberish. It's because some of this is, I think, a poorly constructed attempt at writing in a different language. Using letters from ours, and it's just ugly. But I can tell because there's structure to it. So, okay. Oh boy, it looks like she went stark raving mad. From boredom. More than anything. Okay. At this point, she has flipped through like 14 entries and is like, there's a lot of entries that are just, and nothing happened today.
Yeah.
That
Bored
makes
out of my
sense.
mind.
Yeah, she
Yep.
went crazy.
So, and then there's this one.
Wasn't from
And
boredom.
she flips over to about the 22nd page and goes, this one's interesting. See, it says here when she was on an expedition, right? So all these notes take place out in expedition, out at sea, investigating some occurrences of whales and some strange rocks that were found at the bottom of the harbor. Right, as well as people getting sick in the local area, right? A lot of people, it seems, a lot of the health officials attributed it to just rotting whale getting stuck in the area, and maybe the rocks were gallstones, but whales don't have gallstones. That's not how, because whales don't have gallbladders. That's not how that
Those don't have
works.
gallbladders?
No, they don't. So, yeah, I know the fucking whale facts. Test me.
Me
Was
actually
that you
Googling
and
that.
Kenzo or the character?
Actually, I think they don't
I'm gonna
really
find
eat
out.
meat in the same way. They shouldn't have gallbladders.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, they eat like shrimp and stuff.
yeah.
They have the largest.
But they kind of
liver.
like swallow
Yep.
it whole
Yep.
Yeah,
with a bunch of water.
they just process things differently.
So, no gallbladder, no gallstones. Just not how that works. So,
Makes sense.
and also, the stones had strange carvings in a language that she was trying to decipher. It seems she was a rather effective linguist. Before she worked here, she had a job trying to translate native languages. Seems it stopped paying well, or she didn't like what they were doing with the knowledge.
How does she go from being a linguist to marine biologist? I don't feel there's a lot of connection with those ones.
You'd be surprised,
I was gonna say,
especially here.
I'm a mechanic, and I do my own metal work. I believe it.
That would make a little more sense.
It's you'd be surprised how much overlap there is, especially when you consider how food and location affect language. As a linguist, you start to develop a lot of knowledge. You start to go on this fucking rant about this for like
I'm
5
absolutely
or so minutes.
captivated. Like, he's doing the nod and as if he's not interested, but he is riveted.
writing everything down.
And then she goes, but you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. You're here for what's written in the book.
That would be helpful, thank you.
So
Yes.
it looks like things started to go downhill right around entry 22, which is not the 22nd day of the expedition. In fact, there are 2 months of no notes between the 21st and the 22nd entry.
Oh, that's not good.
No notes at all.
That's not good at all.
Interesting.
I agree. Especially researchers tend to be extremely litigious.
Round about.
I look over to the man taking notes.
He glances up from his notebook. What?
So that's already worrying. And then, of course, we have how the entry starts. It starts with, "Can you hear it?"
Stops writing.
I can't stop thinking about these words that swim through my ears like a school of fish through a cavern. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Dun dun dun. Does this
I
sound
think
familiar?
we may not want to keep reading for our own sanity.
Well, okay, don't worry. I'm not going to read you what is next. I'll admit it's a bit disturbing. But after that, I think is reasonable knowledge. You see, she goes on to describe what she was hearing, and then afterward says, "I have stowed away the contents in a special lockbox that I will begin to research on my own time. There are some things my fellow colleagues are not prepared to know. Frankly, I don't think I was either."
Wait a gosh darn minute. Wasn't the
Sounds-
boils thing a disease that happened commonly with the whale tail bullshit?
Yes.
Oh
It-
no, the
And it broke
pieces are
out here.
connecting. The pieces are connecting.
It seemed to happen as a product of like eating whale meat, which was
Not
strange.
smallpox blankets.
Which was strange and never happened before. And then it mysteriously stopped occurring. Right? So it was pretty bad too. There's a lot of books you can read up on it.
You mind maybe sharing some more of the stuff that you shared with me when I showed you the first symbol with these two?
Of course. So that's here. Let me just draw it first. And she draws a four-pointed star, but all of the points slightly wiggle like a curved dagger. And at the very end, there's a whale fin. At the very end of each star point.
Is drawing symbols really a smart idea?
Oh, don't worry. It's not the first time I've drawn information that I'm not supposed to know because, oh no, the puny mortal mind. I know so much. I know your sleep schedules. Do you understand? This is not beyond the boundaries. If they're afraid of people going insane, that's okay. If she whispers, "I'm already a little
I was
crazy,"
gonna say, she's
Only a
insane. She is an eldritch horror, but she just likes learning.
Why do you
And
know
you
our
see
sleep
why
schedules? I feel like
Peter
that's
is
just
my
not necessary.
I don't have a
Favored
sleep.
researcher.
So this symbol belonged to a cult.
Yep.
Now that seems pretty simple to figure out. You don't need to be a genius to figure that one out. But
Nope.
it's a cult that was supposedly wiped out a few hundred years ago by one of the Knights organizations. So
This is where Garth would drop in with which one specifically, but I can't find it in his fucking notes fast enough. It was just a Knights Templar, wasn't it?
no.
No, it
Knights
was
Templar is real world Earth.
Yeah. Oh, it's Solastrum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you're well versed. Oh, that makes sense. So
It's an important thing to remember.
it is. So they were wiped out. They were whale worshippers. They would carve tablets in whale bone. Right?
Alright.
And that's how they kept their quote unquote sacred records. When the